And good morning, everyone. It is March 11th here on this day, and although we might have a little bit of drizzle coming up tonight, we've got some really great weather coming your way in just a few days. I'll tell you about that in just a moment. On our show today, we are going to have Lynn Jarrett and from Third Mutual. She's going to talk about a variety of different things, among them some things doing with landscape and water. Also from the Village Library, Eileen Ordway is here today, and she's going to talk about their recent sale that they just had, and also some events that they're having coming up. I think once a week they're now going to have sort of a book sale and things going on, so we'll talk about that. And Jack Schnabel is going to be here. Sorry, I mispronounced his name. He's from the PC Club, and Jack is going to be talking about their upcoming meeting, but also we're going to talk about Chromebooks and Chromeboxes and how they are really good alternatives to a typical PC. And we're going to bring you a segment from RadNet as well. Now, as far as meetings go today, there's only one. Third has their Residency Policy and Compliance Task Force. That is in the boardroom at 1:30. Now let's get to the weather. And today we're kind of looking at very similar to what we had yesterday. I think a little bit less sun though. We're going to be mostly cloudy today. And then as we get into the evening, early evening, then probably overnight into the fairly early morning tomorrow, we'll get a little bit of drizzle, sort of like we had yesterday. It was not much at all, probably not even much, less than 1/10 of an inch, if that, but it is in the forecast. So not bad. Then look forward there, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and each day we get a little bit warmer and a little bit nicer. Some breezes, offshore breezes on Thursday and Friday. Then looking ahead to next weekend, we could be seeing probably Saturday is going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of about 74, 75, and Sunday, around 78 degrees. Certain areas of Orange County will be 80 degrees or above. We haven't seen that for quite a while, so very nice. Right now, by the way, our average temperatures in this time are closer to about 70, 71 degrees. So we have really been below our average temperature for quite a while. So this is going to be really nice, going to warm things up and have a nice stretch of sunshine. Taking a look around Orange County and beyond today, well, again, the temperature's about what we had yesterday, not much difference at all. Up there in Big Bear, 35, and going down to 26. This little system overnight tonight should produce a little bit of snow flurries up in the mountains. Palm Springs only 65 today, but again, as we make our way forward, their temperatures are going to go up, and just really nice as we really get to Wednesday, but more so on Thursday, Friday, and the weekend. We're going to finally get some good warmth in here. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
Are you looking for a better way to manage your medication? MedBox by AmeriPharma has redefined the pharmacy experience. No more pill organizers and vials. When we fill your prescriptions, you get all your medications conveniently packaged by the dose and delivered to your door at no additional cost. This means no change in insurance, copays, or out-of-pocket expenses. Call our specialists today and discover the new way of pharmacy. MedBox by AmeriPharma.
Well, today with us from Third Mutual is Lynn Jarrett, and welcome, Lynn. Great to have you back again.
Thank you.
And today we're talking about a couple main topics. Is the ongoing discussion of water conservation, but first we're going to talk about landscape.
Yes. Okay. Well, I'm going to first of all tell you that we recently got two new board members, Annie McClary and Risa Karimi. And we're very happy to have them on board. But the problem is when we got Risa, we got him from VMS. So now
that's right.
We're looking for a replacement for Risa. So that means that we have put a plea out for applicants, and the deadline is April the 15th.
Okay.
And we just changed that deadline today because we weren't getting any applicants. So we've got to get people to notice this. Because we're going to vote them in, well, I'm sorry, April the 5th is the deadline, and we're going to vote them in on April the 12th.
Okay,
so
very
we're
good.
Looking for some good applicants. So if you want to apply, you can call Whitney at 949-268-2295. And another thing we recently did, we voted Bunny Carpenter in as our second vice president because James Tung resigned for health reasons. And I know you missed James coming in here because he always had a good session with you, and he loved to talk about his work with the board.
That's right.
So we miss him too. Anyway, landscape, we've got a lot going on there. I was in a meeting this past week with the top management and our VP, Steve Parsons, and we went over the 2019 landscape budget. Whew, it's pretty big, but it's never big enough.
Yeah.
We discussed all the items that will be foremost at the top of the list, and we talk about big ticket items like slope modification and maintenance, lawn and shrub maintenance, as well as trees. We have about 30,000 trees, so it's huge. It's huge.
A lot.
It costs a great deal to keep our landscaping beautiful, and we all want that. We have to maintain the trees and the shrubs, maintain the lawns, manage pest control, and much more. That's why there's a lot to landscaping. About the slopes, there's an annual cutting back and removing vegetation. There are fire rules to keep the slopes clean.
Yeah.
You can imagine. And in one particular area, towards the end of the year, a big slope was cleared off. But we're going to hydroseed that. Hydroseed will be planted there just the beginning of April, and it will grow very quickly and keep the soil from eroding. Hydroseed really does a good job. I've seen it over there off Bahia Blanca in a couple spots, and it grows fast, and it doesn't need any care, which is nice because a lot of the slopes, as you know, need a lot of care. Anyway, landscape manager Weeman discussed what they're doing with soil aerating this year. It's never been done here in Third Mutual and on the grounds of the lawns, and the aerating will really we'll see big improvements with the grass.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, of course they always do that in golf courses, but
yeah. We're going to remove the thatch and aerate it, and it's really better for the soils.
Yeah.
And if you do that at home, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Because I used to have a house and we did that. It made a big difference.
Yeah, it does.
Several residents came to our landscape meeting last week, and they wanted to, further discuss their tree trimming or tree removal requests. But we always like to see the residents come to our landscape meetings because it really does give them a conduit to ask us questions. Because a lot of times they don't put requests in because they don't really know how.
Right.
So we help them along with that. On turf reduction or landscape modernization, the contract has just been signed to design what's being done with the first project. The design for this project will provide a template for more acres of turf reduction to be done. We really want to call that modernization, because that's what it is. Now, when the renderings are complete, we're going to ask some of the residents come in and get their feedback. They'll get to see, we'll put them up on the big screen, and we'll get their feedback. It'll be really great, but I think they'll be happy to see what's coming in the future.
Okay.
Also, a big time is the community will benefit as well with the water savings overall. And the rebates from El Toro Water District will apply up to 50,000 square feet per year. So we've already applied for the rebates. But the biggest thing is on the question of a lot of our minds in the village is the herbicide trials to replace Roundup. And I know you've heard a lot about that. The herbicide trials, as you can see there in the video, There's this plot over there on Bahia Blanca.
Okay.
It is out of the way from people. It's not any place where people walk by or take their dogs. And there's only one area that they could get in, but we've got it fenced off. And you can see those different plots, and what they've done is put different types of alternative herbicides in there to try to see what will work the best. Some of them, they found out, only kill the top grass. They don't go down to the root.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
as you can imagine, that's real important.
That wouldn't work very well in the long run.
No. So that's what they're doing. They've got them all cordoned off here and fenced off. It's really, really nice way to do these trials. So like I said, we got the fence up there so we can keep the looky-loos out, because the people are really anxious to see what they're doing, but it's not really anything you can see by going to look at it. Anyway, each one of those areas is about 200 square foot that they're working with. Different applications. I think they're working with 6 different alternatives.
Okay.
So
And that way they can determine what will eventually, hopefully, do a
And in
better
about
job.
60 days, they ought to come up with a solution, and then we can take that to the mutuals, because, well, they're all helping to pay for the testing.
Okay.
But when it comes to the mutuals, or the 2 mutuals and GRF will have to decide after these trials are over which way they want to go to replace Roundup. So it's good.
All right.
Water conservation. It's what we talk about, a lot of water in conjunction with landscaping, because they go hand in hand. But the problem with the water is, it just goes up year after year. And even though we've had a lot of rain in the fall and in the springtime, you'd think we would not be in a drought situation, but we are. We're in a moderate drought situation. We're still asking residents to conserve water, because we have no reservoirs or dams to dam up the water and save it. So that's what's unfortunate. We have to depend on Northern California waters. And it's a guessing game as to how much snow and rain they're going to get. So you can imagine that. But water costs are going to be increasing every year, because one of the big reasons is our Southern California wastewater infrastructure. They have to use a lot of water to push that waste out to the oceans.
Right.
And it's really a lot of water, and all the sewer lines need to be replaced to make all this happen in the near future, and that's really going to be very costly. And what's it going to do? It's going to drive up costs to the customer. So that's one of the things that the infrastructure has got to be fixed. Okay, a few of us attended the El Toro Water Board meeting a few weeks ago, and it was very informative. Then also this past week, they came to our offices and showed us a PowerPoint presentation. And if you watch the 3rd board meeting on March the 19th, next week, they're going to have this presentation to show on TV, so it's going to be really nice, because that way our residents can see it and see what we're talking about. So we have applied and been approved for a survey to be done by MVD. They're going to check out our system pressure, our controllers, our conditions of size, irrigation schedules, all kinds of issues, poor drainage and all. And then they're going to come back and give us a wonderful report about how we can, fix a lot of the problems that we may have, because we know we have problems with our irrigation systems are old. And this will prove to be a really valuable tool for landscaping and how they can implement improvements. So I'm excited to hear that. The installations of the dryer replacements, I know you've been hearing about that for a month or more. And the installation is almost complete now, and the people really love it. I got a call last night from one of my neighbors who told me that now her husband can do the laundry. He has no excuses because the dryers now and the washers have pedestals underneath them.
Yeah.
So that saves your back.
Yeah.
So that was great. Anyway, I wanted to tell you that the GVA bi-monthly meeting will be held this week on Thursday, March the 13th in Clubhouse 5 at 10 o'clock. And the fire OCFA, the fire department's going to come and give us about a 1-hour presentation. It's going to be really interesting. And there we're going to have free low-flow shower heads to give out free, and blue water tablets to check your toilets for leaks, because we got to do our part in helping with this whole situation with the water savings. Anyway, I want to thank you for having me on. And
great to have you here as well.
And I want to remind everybody to come to the 3rd board meeting on the 19th in the boardroom.
Right, and again, if you want to be on the VMS board representing 3rd, you've got until April 5th, right?
Yes, that's right. That's right.
All right, very good.
And we're going to choose our candidate on the best candidate on the 12th.
Okay, very good.
Thank
Lynn,
you, Ken.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
You take care, and we'll be right back.
Okay.
Mind and Memory Program at Mission Hospital is an outpatient program specifically designed for patients with a memory disorder who have developed a mental health issue, such as depression, anxiety, or paranoia. Patients are welcome every day, Monday through Friday, up to 4 days a week. On-site meals and snacks are included, and transportation to and from the program is available. The program focuses on improvement in overall mood, function, and concentration, as well as a decrease in depression or anxiety. Call today to find out if you or your loved one qualifies for the Mind and Memory Program.
And Eileen is here today from the Village Library, and welcome. Always good to see you.
Good to see you, Ken.
And we're going to talk about a couple things today.
Yes.
One of them is going to be about some of the donations that you get that, you know, sometimes they're just not needed anymore. Right?
Correct. First, I think I'd like to thank the people who came out on Saturday to our book sale. We did pretty well. We made enough money to pay for our Wall Street Journal and our Los Angeles Times for a whole year, so that's good.
That's good, yeah.
But it's a lot of work, and that leads into this discussion. We get so many donations at the library every single day, and we appreciate it because you know, we do add a lot of them to our collection, but our residents prefer newer books, things published in the last 5 years. I mean, I have a lot of statistics around what goes out and what doesn't go out. So we do know. But so one of the things that makes it difficult for us is, you know, we're all volunteers. We have 90% women. They're in their 90s, their 80s, their 70s. And we just can't lug all these books around. So we may keep 200 or 300 to put into our catalog. The paperbacks go on our shelves. But all the other hardbacks then, and extra paperbacks that we don't need, they're there piling up in the library, and we have to get rid of them. And luckily, someone comes from Saddleback College maybe once a month, and they'll pick up the hardbacks that we don't need. But we just can't, we just don't have the strength to keep constantly ourselves taking books to other places. So for example, well, here's a picture. This is what was left at the end of our book sale. So these are all books that we've been collecting for the last 4 months.
That's a lot.
And so we had way more than that. We probably sold at least 1,000. They've been piling up under our front desk in every nook and cranny in the library, and we don't have a lot of space. So all of these books then had to go. So luckily, you know, Saddleback came on Saturday. They're going to come this week and keep taking these hardbacks. But so what we're asking is that people be more discriminating in what they bring to the library. For example, here's one book. That we had a picture for. The Consumer Reports Buying Guide, 1997. No one wants to check that out of the library anymore. We have a book there from that was written in 1858 by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Nobody's going to check that out.
Right.
So there has to be gotten rid of, and it's just difficult for
And
us.
an audio book.
An audio book, books on tape.
Yeah.
And no more VHS. So basically, people are leaving, dumping books at the library, and we wind up taking out their trash.
Right, right.
And that's really difficult for us. So what we'd ask is, please, when you're looking to get rid of things, separate out the newer things. Like, for example, Michelle Obama's book came out at the end of November. We bought 1 copy. We've since had 3 donated. So we've got all 4 in our catalog, and they've gone out 22 times just in the last 3 months.
That's amazing.
And we still have people who are waiting for it. So anything new like that, please bring them. We'll be happy to take them. But if it's from 1858,
this is interesting. I was looking at this, the Consumer Reports Guide in 1997, and reading about computers and things like that, and the HP DeskJet and printers, and saying how color printers are becoming more affordable and things like. I mean, it's really, and pagers. Remember pagers and things. But there does come a point in time when these books, there's only one thing that can be done with them, and that's throwing them away. And if they're all paper like this, well, they can be put in compost.
And recycle.
That's what it is. These paperback books like these weren't meant to be kept.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Now, Raymond, the library, the Orange County Library on Raymond Avenue, right over on the other side of the 5, they actually have a dumpster specifically for books. So I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know what they do with them. We don't have that. But if people put them in recycle, it would be similar to your newspaper, I would think.
Yeah. And that's up at. I know where you're talking
just
about.
under the 5 on El Toro, Raymond Avenue. Turn right, and it's the library's like right there.
Yeah, I know where you're talking about. Yeah. It's by Goodwill is over there.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's another place that will take used books.
Yeah, I don't know if they want this one.
No, we would appreciate if people would separate out the new things. If they're old things, please take them an extra mile or 2. It would really help us out.
Okay.
So it's like, if you don't want to read this old ancient book anymore, probably no one else will either.
Right. Yeah. Now, when you wanted to talk about how every Wednesday evening you're going to be having a mini book sale.
So what we will do for the things that do get left at the library that we can't put into our catalog, instead of saving it up for a big, huge book sale, which is really hard work for us, we're going to just put those things out that week. And then if they don't get sold that week, then we'll get rid of them.
Okay.
So if somebody's interested in saving old books, or they're interested in trying to look through what we might have, if they'd be interested in it, stop in the library Wednesday evenings 4 to 7, and please.
Okay.
A little donation would help us, and
yeah. So this. What do you sell these for? What is it?
What we did over the weekend, we did the hardbacks $1 and the paperbacks 5 for $1. 25 cents each, or 5 for $1.
Okay. All right. So you raise a little money.
Yes. We do have shelves, what we call bargain buys. They're books that are newer than 5 years old that we can't use because maybe we got 3 or 4 copies donated, and we sell those for $2.
And those are there all the time?
Yes, all the time. Every day, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so very good.
Yes.
So keep, some of these older things. If you don't want them, chances are nobody else does. And, if they're less than 5 years old, that's a different thing.
Yes,
but
totally different
especially
story.
like these buying guides. These are, once the year's up, then things change so rapidly.
Somebody donated a hardback book that was the year in review from 2007.
Yeah.
Nobody wants that.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah, and the other ones that nobody wants, in fact, we're going to be having Jack on from the PC Club, is, years and years ago, people would buy, the beginner's guide to Photoshop and things like that.
Yes.
Nobody wants those things anymore.
No.
They don't even sell. Even the newer versions don't even
Jack's
sell.
wife, Martha, works on my shift at the library. So that was neat.
So
to see him today.
All right. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, Ken.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
And we'll see you next month.
I'll be here.
All right. We'll be right back.
Do you know the difference between the parts of Medicare? Part A, Part B, Part C, and Part D. There are many important facts you need to understand about Medicare to make sure you get the most out of the Medicare plans and benefits that are available to you. My name is Erin Reed, and I'm a licensed Medicare expert, and I would love to help you navigate the complicated Medicare system. Please call me today for a free consultation so we can figure out the plan that is right for you.
I just love that ring. Where'd you get it?
I got it at the jewelry box. I saw it on Facebook, and then I went in and bought it. They have the most unique, awesome pre-owned pieces for amazing prices.
The Jewelry Box of Lake Forest, voted best jewelry store in Orange County for 8 straight years, offering unmatched prices on fine jewelry and watches, refurbished to new condition.
Visit us in our store or shop our website for just arrived items.
The Jewelry Box. It's about trust.
If your loved one is struggling, trying to maintain independence in their home, Acticare can help. Our caregivers provide home care services to relieve the strain placed on family and make staying at home possible. Don't let another day go by without getting the care they deserve.
We can provide your loved one the care they need and motivation, and give you peace of mind. Please call to set up a free care consultation.
Acticare, responsive in-home care. Your first day is free.
When other dealers say no, Capistrano Toyota says, yes, we can. Low payments? Yes, we can. Low financing for all types of credit? Yes, we can. Capistrano Toyota features 10 acres of new and certified pre-owned Toyotas, plus many used cars priced below $10,000. When other dealers say no, Capistrano Toyota says, yes, we can. Exit the 5 freeway at Camino Capistrano.
Living and learning in Laguna Woods Village is a unique experience. For over 40 years, the Emeritus Institute has provided tuition-free college classes within your community. Join us to experience expert faculty, quality academics, and to make new friends through the Emeritus Institute. New classes start every semester, and you can join nearly any time. Visit our office at Clubhouse 4 or anytime at saddleback.edu/emeritus. Learn, live, and thrive with the Emeritus Institute.
And Jack is here today from the PC Club, which is just right down the hallway from us. Jack, good to see you. Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Now we're going to talk about a couple different things, and one of the things that let's talk about your meeting coming up first, because that is tomorrow.
That is tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we have our monthly meeting is tomorrow, and each of our monthly meetings has an interesting speaker. For tomorrow's meeting, we have the founder and president of a company called Wolverine Data, and they have designed and produce very well created machines for digitizing people's photos and slides and so forth. And I think here in the village we have a lot of people probably with boxes and carousels.
Yes.
And they just sit gathering and dust. And with this equipment, this founder will tell us how they can be easily digitized for use in the current age.
Yeah, I think that's how useful these could be now, because if you have, well, first I need to ask, are these products that you can buy for the home or a service that you go to?
These are products that you can buy for the home.
Okay, all right.
They are relatively small, they're well designed, they're easy to use. Okay. And they're something that somebody can have in their bedroom and digitize whatever they want to.
Okay, because the standard scanners, which are, dirt cheap now, but if you have hundreds and hundreds of photos or slides, because I had a scanner once that would convert slides that had like a backlight on it, and it did well, but it's just time consuming to do.
And we have one of those in our workshop.
Yeah.
And people come in with boxes of slides, and they just sit there for hour after hour, 6 at a time.
Yeah.
Trying to get their stuff digitized. Where with this current equipment, you can just feed them in, and it happens expeditiously.
Yeah, that's really nice, because I have a huge bin at home of photo albums, and it is nice sometimes to bring them out once in a great while and it's still a little bit easier to flip through a photo book and scan things than it is doing it digitally. But you know, it would be nice to have those in case something ever happened, that at least now I've got them digitally and store them in the cloud somewhere.
Yes, and we get to relive our memories, rather than once every couple of years dusting off the album and bringing it out.
Yeah, that would be good. So this is going to be tomorrow at 7 o'clock at Clubhouse 7, not up here, but at Clubhouse 7. So if you'd like to attend, the meetings are $10?
No.
Or is that the club price?
No, the meetings are free.
Okay.
We invite.
The club price is $10 for the year.
Right, that's membership, but we invite all residents to come and enjoy the meeting.
Okay.
It is free.
Yeah, this will be a very interesting subject.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, very good. Now, and you know, what's nice is if you have your family or friends and neighbors that all want to do this, you know, maybe you find a way you all share the cost of one machine and take turns using it and get it done.
I think that's just a marvelous way.
Yeah, because once all your photos are done, you don't really need the machine anymore. Or maybe you can pass it off to someone else or resell it, or
look for them on the trading post.
Yeah, look for them on the trading post. Yes, there you go. Now we're going to talk about. We got one right here in front of us. So tell us about this. We've talked about Chromebooks. This is a Chromebox, right?
Right. This is a Chromebox. And
I'm going to lift this up here, people can see it.
This is designed for people who have older desktop machines that are probably running an older operating system, like perhaps Windows 7 or something.
Yeah.
And the machines slow down over time, and people may not know it, but Windows 7 is going to be not supported anymore at the end of the year.
Right.
So what goes on inside a computer is really magic to all of us, and people's experience is with their monitor to see it, and with their keyboard to enter, and a mouse. And with this device, they can replace their aging desktop and their aging software and plug in their monitor, plug in their existing mouse and their keyboard, and have a complete experience with what most of us do these days.
Right. And this would be instead of buying a Chromebook. Both are going to do the same.
Instead of buying a Chromebook, or instead of buying a laptop or something. And I'm seeing, and we all are seeing now in the workshop, we are the PC Club after all, and we're there to talk about the Microsoft operating system. But when people ask us, and me especially, what would you recommend that I buy to replace my aging computer? The answer is sometimes now you buy a Chromebook, or in this case, buy a Chromebox to give you a good online experience.
Yeah, and so many people, for so many people, this would be really all you need, because I think most people don't do any real in-depth kind of work at home, although you certainly can with these, using the Chrome system that's there and using Google Docs and things like that. But for most people, this is going to give them almost everything they do now.
It's true, and when you look around and you say, well, what do most people do? Well, you check your email and you do some browsing, and you may do some online banking or purchasing like Amazon, or do social media. And that's what most of us do. And a Chromebook, or in this case a Chromebox, is exactly what people need.
Yeah.
It was designed to do what people do most commonly today.
Right, yeah, and they're inexpensive. You said these are $200 to $250.
Yeah, for $200 to $250, people have a complete machine that allows them and helps them do the things that most of us do in the real world.
Right, and also on the screen there we have if you want to get the Chromebook, which is basically a laptop device. Some, as you can see there, can be converted to, some have touch screens, some don't. And you know, there's all different variety. I know with the Chromebooks, they can go from, you know, as little as less than $200, and then if you go all the way up to the Google Pixel, you know, you can be up to $1,000, of course. But you know, what I would say to look for, and I think they probably, the newer ones all do this now, is that you can go to the Google Play Store, and a lot of them will also run the Android apps as well.
Right. All of the new Chrome devices will do that.
Yeah.
And they are full functioning machines. They are not hobbled in any way.
No, and you can, you know, you can go and look at these. They have them at Target, they have them at Best Buy, all kind, and you can go through them as far as the Chromebooks and try them and see what, you know, is good for you.
And if a resident wanted to, they could also come to the PC Club workshop.
Oh, you've got some in there as well?
Where we have a dedicated area now for a Chromebook and for this actual device. And it's to establish a way for them to get experience to see what it's like. And, I'm specifically here to invite any resident and all residents to come in and try them out.
Yeah, we have one at home. We have a Chromebook at home, and actually we have, I don't know, 20 at home because my wife, who was teaching 5th grade, she would get grants and for her classroom, and technically they're hers. They weren't the school's because they were under her name. And so now that she is an academic coach and she's not in a specific classroom anymore, we have them at home. And you know, they're like a couple years old, so they're a little bit slower and all. But you know, I mean, it's amazing. And they're replacing, really, in the classroom, they're the #1 system that's being used now, are Chromebooks.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, you know, to just recap this, we are setting up in the workshop to have an experience area where people can come in and sit down and quietly try them out.
Yeah.
Try them out.
And they're very, as far as any viruses or anything like that, they're almost non-existent because they're using the Chrome operating system. They kind of pretty much self-update because what you're doing is all online for the most part. Very, very easy to use. Very easy to use.
Anybody who has ever done a Google search can run a Chromebook or a Chromebox.
Yeah, and actually the Google Docs, all their software is actually very well done. It's gotten better and better and better and easy to use.
Yep. You don't have to feel that you're using a second-rate machine when you're using this. These are really functional, productive machines.
Great way to go. So if you want to go to their meeting, that will be tomorrow night again. The PC Club meeting will be in Clubhouse 7 at 7 o'clock, and they're going to be talking about digital imaging converters and scanners if you'd like to join them. But of course, you can go there, and Jack will be there, and I don't know if Bob will be there. Or,
he will be there.
But you can ask questions about this as well, just so they can give you some answers. And go to the PC Club and find out more about these, because this is, I think, more and more and more, this is what people are going for.
And we are in touch with what people are needing to use now.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's not a PC.
Right, right.
And we're ready to recommend other things also.
All right, good to see you, Jack.
It's good to see you.
Take care. We'll be right back.
The crimes of the Nazis during the Holocaust serve as a dark chapter of the 20th century. For a very limited time, Irvine Valley College invites you to discover The Courage to Remember, a traveling educational exhibit with many historical artifacts, photographs, and remembrances of the Holocaust from 1933 to 1945. For 4 days only, you can catch this free event open to the public at the Irvine Valley College Performing Arts Center, noon to 6 p.m. March 11th and 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. March 12th through the 14th. Irvine Valley College is located at 5500 Irvine Center Drive in the city of Irvine. We hope you'll join us and find the courage to remember.
In 2018, RadNet Imaging and Memorial Care formed a joint venture for outpatient imaging services in Orange County. This joint venture comprises of over 30 outpatient radiology centers. The new name for this joint venture is Wave Imaging. Most recently, they added Orange County Diagnostics, or OCD, Laguna Woods to their family of centers. The new name for the Laguna Woods location right down the street is now called Wave Imaging Laguna Woods. Today I have Dr. Gary Levine, Medical Director of Memorial Care Breast Centers, and Dr. Syed Sharakni, Medical Director of Interventional Radiology of Wave Imaging of Laguna Woods. Well, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
But before we get started on that, let's talk a little bit about your backgrounds and kind of how you ended up where you are here. Dr. Sharakni, tell me about your background.
I've been a medical director of Orange County Diagnostics for the past 15 years. I was actually the founder of the company. Okay. And it's an imaging company that had 4 locations in Orange County and in Long Beach, doing full range of radiology services. And recently, as of December, we've joined the RadNet Memorial Care family. Okay. And now I am the medical director of radiology services in Orange County and director of interventional radiology.
Okay, and that's approximately how many centers?
Approximately 40 imaging centers throughout Orange County.
40 imaging centers. Okay, great. And how about you?
So Gary Levine, medical director of the Memorial Care Breast Centers. It's Orange County and Long Beach, so a little bit of South LA County. I'm a breast radiologist by training, 27 years, former president of the National Consortium of Breast Centers, large organization, and again, responsible for breast care throughout the Memorial Care system.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for the information. All right, let's start with you, Dr. Sharakni. Can you tell me a little bit about the purchase of Orange County Diagnostics and how it all works with RadNet and Memorial Care?
Yes, so through the collaboration between Memorial Care and RadNet and the purchase of Orange County Diagnostics, as I mentioned, we have access to 40 imaging centers, fully integrated, and that has resulted in significantly improved access for patients, improved availability of data to the radiologists and to the clinicians for improved overall care.
Okay, great. And so what does it mean for the imaging itself? So are you providing the same type of imaging in each location?
Because of the collaboration, we have access to very high quality breast imaging performed at Memorial Care. So that aspect of our business has been moved over to Memorial Care Breast Centers.
Okay.
But the general radiology services remain at the facilities that were at before.
Okay. And will there be transportation that would be provided for our community to the imaging centers in the area?
The transportation already exists to our Laguna Woods location, and that's not going to change.
That won't change. Okay, fantastic. So tell me a little about how the collaboration works with your centers.
So as a multi-specialty team of breast care clinicians, we meet weekly on Thursday mornings. We develop a agreed upon treatment plan for all newly diagnosed patients, so they get the benefit of many perspectives and the perspective of many subspecialists in order to develop this treatment plan that's then put in place for that patient.
So if someone has already come to you and has had a mammogram, or they had a mammogram at another Orange County center, how would they get those images to you guys?
So if it's an Orange County Diagnostics or RadNet location, those images are immediately available to us through computer integration. If it's an outside facility, not Orange County Diagnostics or RadNet, we can go ahead and access those images digitally and obtain them, because in breast care, changes from prior mammograms is very important, so we will always want to assess that interval change.
Okay, great. And then how has the joining of the two leaders with healthcare, RadNet and Memorial Care, created an advantage for the Laguna Woods residents? I mean, beyond what, the imaging and obviously collaboration together, where you just mentioned talking and getting together about their care. Is there something beyond that?
Yeah, it's really about access for patients. They have a multitude of choices for access, not just for general imaging, like Dr. Sharakni was speaking about, but also for subspecialized breast care. We want to make access for screening mammography as easy as possible. Screening mammograms are still the gold standard for early diagnosis of breast cancer, and early detection is really the key to surviving breast cancer. We want to be able to find cancer very early when it can't be felt on a clinical exam, treat the patient. We know that those patients do extremely well with limited surgery and have an excellent prognosis.
And then what happens if someone is diagnosed here and then they have to be sent to another state? How would they acquire those images?
If it's another RadNet location, they will have access immediately. However, if it's a non-RadNet location, either they can take the studies with them on a CD, or we can usually FedEx it to them, and usually within 24 to 48 hours, the full study and reports will be available to them.
Okay, great. And then where is the location near here?
Our Laguna Woods location at 24301 Paso de Valencia.
Okay, and then the breast center is?
Memorial Care Breast Center at Saddleback is located on Health Center Drive on the campus of Saddleback Medical Center.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you both. I really appreciate the information.
Thank you.
Transportation is still provided for Laguna Woods residents by taking the East Bus to reach the medical center on Paseo de Valencia. And you can also use Plan a Ride, which is available from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. or 5 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. weekends and holidays. For more information, call 949-597-4659 or email them at ride@vmsinc.org. Thank you for joining us.
When you travel with AAA, you get more than a vacation. You get exclusive AAA member benefits, special offers on unforgettable experiences, and the travel planning knowledge of your own AAA travel agent. When you travel with AAA, you get the vacation of your dreams. To save on a pleasant holidays vacation, visit your local AAA travel agent today.
Well, I'm here in front of this beautiful sycamore tree with Catherine Bryans. You are a trustee with the History Center. So tell me how the History Center and the wonderful Aliso Creek area and these wonderful trees kind of came together.
And the
guides, yes.
Well, first of all, it's a pleasure being in front of something that's older than I am. It's always a good thing. But I think the important thing is that we had a lot of people come into the History Center and ask us if there's any guide to any of the trees in the village. And we went, no, not that we're aware of. And it was so repetitive that we decided maybe this is something we should do. And fortunately, another trustee, Pat Wilkerson, is on our board, and she's an incredible photographer. She also was a photographer of the 50th anniversary.
Right.
So the big coffee table book that are still available. And so working with Jean, they identified the trees and came out here. They did all the walking, all the research, put it together. Pat put together prototypes, and then it was my job to go out and find some funding. So I spoke with then manager Lori Moss prior to her departure, and I said, this is what we're doing. Can you introduce me to some businesses that might be available to pay for the printing? History Center is a nonprofit organization, and we're independent of the Golden Rain Foundation or VMSI. And she looked at me and she said, we're going to do it. And I went, all right, there's going to be 3 sets. This is Aliso Creek. The next one coming out is Friendship Walk, which is closer to the History Center. And the third is going to be on the Serpentine Walk. So we are delighted as an organization within this community to be able to provide this information to the residents. That's what we do, and here it is.
Well, when you talk about history here in the village, I mean, I think there's nothing more precious than than the trees that have been here, whether it's the sycamore that's over 400 and some odd years old, 465, or some of these trees that maybe were planted 20 years ago, 50 years ago. They are part of the living history here.
They are, and they were conceptualized and started by Ross Cortese. He loved his trees. And if you think about this area prior to this, we were the first property that was purchased from the Moulton Ranch. That was grazing land,
Right.
and they grew beets, and there were no trees if you look at pictures. So when you sit around and look about the 35,000 trees or something that's in this village, it's amazing what he's able to do. And since then, the landscape department has continued. If they lose a tree, they replace it. Not necessarily, but he chose trees from all over the world.
Right.
And the golden rain was his favorite. Hence we have the
Yes.
GRF board and the foundation. So it started at the beginning with him, with a vision for this community to be tree lined so people could walk and recreate and do that, and he really pulled it all together for us.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, this was one time just grazing land. People go up the freeway a little, they can still see some of the chaparral, and that's what it looked like.
Yeah. It's
So-
like the old days when I was driving from Pasadena, I could see the Matterhorn at Disneyland. That's not happening anymore. There's too much growing around it. But it's a wonderful place to work, and it's a wonderful place to be, and it thrills us at the History Center that folks have the opportunity to have something that we were able to help produce.
Well, thank you to all the volunteers at the History Center. What are your hours over there?
Monday through Friday from 10 to 2. We're there a little later on Thursday because we also have the docent tours come through on Thursday. And since it's an all-volunteer, not staff-driven, it's important for us to give our volunteers a break. So those are the hours, unless somebody wants to come in and fill in some extra hours for us, that would be great. And we are closed Saturday and Sunday, but we can also contact us if you need to get there in an hour that you can't during the day. Say if you're working, you really wanted to come in and talk about something, maybe your parents lived here or something, just to locate information.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure coming out here today, and folks, once again, come on down here to the Aliso Creek Park area, take a nice stroll. You can pick up one of these brochures at many locations and walk through and check out all these beautiful trees. Just maybe if you hear something falling from the monkey puzzle tree, you might want to stand back. Walk away. All right. Thank you very much again.
Missed a moment of the passage?
Explain to me why you need a kid.
What we're doing could save millions.
It's not too late to catch the show critics say is gripping.
You're my most important little girl in the world.
Will keep you coming back for more.
I suggest you run.
Your next thriller obsession.
You just did that.
I just sit there.
The Passage, all new Mondays at 9, or watch anytime on demand or Fox Now.
Well, we have quite a movie for you today. Academy Award winner, A Star is Born. And this, among other things, won for Best Song. Of course, it stars Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. And this is, I don't know if it's a third, I know it's at least a third variation of this movie, maybe even the fourth. But in this one, seasoned musician Jackson Maine discovers and falls in love with a struggling artist named Allie. She has just given up on her dream to make it big as a singer until Jackson coaxes her into the spotlight. But even as Allie's career takes off, the personal side of their relationship is breaking down as Jackson fights an ongoing battle with his own internal demons. It's just an excellent movie. Bradley Cooper also, I believe, directed this or was one of the co-directors in this. Sam Elliott is in this as well, and you will really enjoy this. It is rated R for language and adult situations, and it runs 2 hours and 16 minutes. We'll bring it to you at 2 o'clock with subtitles, and then at 6 p.m. Very good movie, and I haven't seen this yet. I've seen parts of it, but I did not go to the theaters and see this, so I'm looking forward to this. Now, the next movie I did see. This comes up on Friday, March 15th. This is Disney's The Nutcracker and the Four Realms. And if you haven't heard of that before, it's actually based on a book, and it takes the traditional nutcracker into just totally different areas. But it is based on a book, and it's all about this young woman who needs a magical, one-of-a-kind key to unlock a box that contains a priceless gift. The golden thread leads her to the coveted key, but it soon disappears into a strange and mysterious parallel world. In that world, she meets a soldier named Philip, a group of mice, and the regents who preside over the 3 realms. Clara and Philip must now enter the 4th realm to retrieve the key and restore harmony into the unstable land. So this takes the Nutcracker ballet and takes it into each realm, like the realm of the mice and the realm of the soldiers and the Nutcracker and things like that. So all these characters are very familiar, and the Sugar Plum Fairy, as an example, who's played by Keira Knightley. Morgan Freeman is in this. It does have music, but it's not really a musical, and it does have dance, but it's not really watching the ballet. It's very, very different. Good movie, and that will be coming up again on Friday, March 15th. Now, I want to tell you that the Hearing Well Club tomorrow is having their meeting at the Performing Arts Center in Dining Room 2, and this will take place at 2 o'clock. The doors open at 1:30. And this one, they're going to be talking about how drugs that you may take can cause hearing loss. It's not that the drugs are bad or anything like that. It's just how that certain drugs and even supplements for some people can have an adverse effect on their hearing. So that'll be very interesting topic. And the Dr. Joni Doherty will be there and talk about this. So if you'd like to go, again, it's at 1:30 tomorrow. The doors open. The meeting will start at 2 o'clock. Members are no charge, and guests are $3. Now, a wrap-up of the weather. As I said, if you were watching us a little earlier, why we are expecting a little bit of drizzle tonight, probably coming in maybe around 7 o'clock overnight into tomorrow about 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. Shouldn't be much at all, less than 1/10 of an inch. But look going forward, as we got, it's been a long time since we've had multiple days of sunshine. It will begin on Wednesday, and the temperatures are going to slowly rise, as you can see. And then on the weekend, we could be up to close to 80 degrees by Sunday. So that will be quite welcome. The weather here today, I think it's actually a little bit cooler than what we had yesterday. We were up in Anaheim yesterday, and it was pleasant. It was very nice and sunny. So today, I think a little less sun, and again, that drizzle may come in a bit later. All right, you have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.